besides being two of the most powerful tycoons in the world. Vladimir Putin and Jeff Bezos own huge fortunes. But have you ever wondered which of them has the most luxurious life? In this video, you'll see a fierce battle between Vladimir Putin and Jeff Bezos. So, let's go to fight! Before we get started, I challenge you. You have to click on subscribe and activate notifications, check the option all. But you have to do that in less than 5 seconds. You got it? And if you can, write in the comments #AllAboutSubscribe. Alright, let's get started. Most expensive property. Both billionaires like to live in comfortable places, but who has the most valuable property? Jeff Bezos, for example, owns one of the most expensive properties in Beverly Hills, California. The property was built in 1937 by Jack L. Warner, co-founder of the film and entertainment production company Warner Brothers. There are 350,000 square feet of total area and 13,000 square feet of built area, counting with a massive golf course, a swimming pool complex, tennis court, 2 guest houses, several gardens, and open spaces. A few old illustrations of the interior of the property show classic Georgian architecture, which may have been modified or remodeled by Bezos. Being a globally known businessman, Jeff prefers to keep his life more private, not showing too much of his intimacy, and therefore, there are not many details of his new mansion in the media. What is known is that he paid the small price of $165 million for it. Vladimir Putin owns a luxurious castle on a huge 19,200-acre plot on the shores of the Black Sea in western Russia. The address has all the attractions you could possibly imagine, such as an impressive 5-story underground ice hockey rink, a sport the president is passionate about, a 27,000-square-foot outdoor greenhouse with various species monitored by gardeners, sculpture-filled walls of greenery, an iconic church amidst the gardens, a 260-foot-long swing bridge, 2 spaces for helicopters on a large helipad, a large tower for communications, a 27,000-square-foot guest house, a classical architecture amphitheater under construction where musical concerts or perhaps a gladiatorial battle may take place, several parking spaces and residential buildings where possibly employees live, another dormitory that seems to serve the most privileged positions. To access the beach, there is an underground tunnel with an exit to the sand and a secret room with a window overlooking the sea. The Central Palace alone, where the rooms are located, is 190,000 square feet. One of the officials who worked there, shocked and furious at the luxury of the property, shared important documents about the interior of the castle. With this information, it was possible to make 3D drawings that show what the interior of the mansion looks like quite veritably. The design is classic Italian, with the main room filled with expensive furniture and plenty of decorative items and even gold-plated walls. A real luxury. There is also a huge marble-covered lobby in the palace, where there is a bar to receive guests of the high nobility. Next to this is the majestic theater or concert hall with velvet curtains and a 2-story auditorium filled with sofas and luxurious accommodations. Other rooms in the castle that do not go unnoticed are an intimate room with shisha and a stage for pole dancing, a huge casino room full of gaming tables, an arcade with an electronic dance mat, a meeting space with scale models and a bookshelf with collectible cars, an 82-foot-long swimming pool, a well-equipped fitness center, and many other luxuriously appointed areas. To ensure the protection of this palace, the 17,000 acres of land adjacent to the palace belongs to Russia's Federal Security Service, and interestingly, this entire area was leased until the year 2068. Therefore, access to the tycoon's house by land is practically impossible. To fly over or navigate over this territory, it is necessary to have authorization from the National Security Agency. And with this information, one can already understand that Putin has thought of exactly everything to have a fortress of his own, which would guarantee his own security until the end of his life. Of course, the Russian president has denied that this property is his, but his opponent has made sure to point out several surprising details about Vladimir's secret and luxurious mansion. And the price to own one of the largest and most sumptuous palaces ever seen on planet Earth, worthy of a king, is estimated at $1.3 billion. It is unbelievable! So it's clear that Vladimir Putin easily wins this round. Aircraft. When it comes to traveling, both tycoons like to use private jets, but who has the most luxurious aircraft at their disposal? Jeff Bezos, for example, owns a Gulfstream G650ER, a business jet with an intercontinental range and the ability to travel anywhere on the globe without stopovers. This aircraft is divided into up to 7 rooms, and those are the super technological and modern cabin, a complete and well-equipped galley with built-in appliances, ideal for chefs to prepare good meals for the crew, a cabin with 4 seats for a comfortable flight, the medium-sized cabin with a sofa and TV to relax watching a movie, the conference area with a table for meetings and also for meals, the VIP cabin with a sofa that turns into a bed for a peaceful night's sleep, and a complete bathroom. The jet is completely modular and can have the areas changed to meet the demand of the owner. Depending on the chosen layout, it can comfortably carry up to 19 passengers. No wonder that, to obtain an aircraft of this model, you have to pay a real fortune, something estimated at $65 million. Vladimir Putin, on the other hand, owns more than 50 impressive small jets. Although he is not officially the owner of these planes, because he is the only political power in the country, the big boss can act as if the state air vehicles are really his. One of his jets, the Dassault Falcon 7X, is considered one of the most technological jets in the world, with a capacity of up to 16 passengers. No wonder this machine costs about $40 million. Another of Vladimir's aircraft is an Ilyushin IL-96, which can carry up to 300 passengers, but has been customized to the president's taste. Just one of the cabins of this transport is valued at $11 million, as it was equipped with top-quality materials, and the bathroom is also all gold-plated. The estimated price of this treat? Around $50 million. Not counting the various helicopters always at the disposal of the head of state. In other words, Vladimir Putin wins this round. Score 1 for him. Luxury shopping. Both billionaires can afford to spend their fortunes on whatever they like, but who has the most exaggerated spending sprees? Many sources claim that Putin has a vast collection of cars of his own in his garage. But the big boss of Russia has declared only simple cars that do not attract much attention, such as the ZAZ 968 model and the Lada Kalina Sport, as his own assets. As president, he is entitled to use great state cars, such as the Russian Urus Senate L700, a big, Rolls-Royce-looking car with a sophisticated interior, which costs about $300,000. Another vehicle Putin has used many times is a Mercedes-Benz S600 Pullman, a 21-foot-long armored luxury machine with a 530-horsepower V12 engine. The interior of the car is designed for 2 main occupants and 2 more sitting in front of them, a layout to provide plenty of comforts. No wonder that to enjoy such a limousine, one has to fork out approximately $1.5 million. Jeff Bezos, on the other hand, likes to spend money in very unusual ways. One of Bezos' most unusual investments is the construction of a real monument that will last for years on Earth. It's a giant 500-foot mechanical clock, which is being programmed to run for 10,000 years, located on a mountain in the Sierra Diablo Range in Texas, United States. Dubbed the Clock of the Long Now, or the 10,000 Years Clock, the project is being programmed to strike the gong once a year, the century hand to advance once every 100 years, and the cuckoo to appear at the milestone every 1,000 years. The site will in the future be open for tourists and visitors, although it still has no deadline for completion. After all, it is quite a complex idea. Some sources claim that the 10,000-year clock has taken from the pocket of Jeff Bezos about $42 million. And since Jeff Bezos seems to have bigger expenses, he wins this round. Yacht. When it comes to enjoying the high seas, they've both been spotted on large vessels, but who owns the most luxurious yacht? Vladimir Putin, for example, has an impressive nautical fleet. One of his vessels is the yacht Lufan, a huge 177-foot-long boat, which was purchased by Putin's administration department in 2011. It is a fully functional seagoing vessel capable of making transatlantic voyages covering more than 4,000 miles, comfortably accommodating up to 12 guests on board. And the amount paid in the purchase of this high-end vessel has not been disclosed, but some sources put the approximate price at $40 million. Another vessel that supposedly belongs to the president is a yacht called the Graceful, which was ordered with special features, such as a 49-foot-long indoor swimming pool that can be converted into a dance floor. The yacht also has a helipad at its rear for ease of travel, a panoramic elevator, a balcony with gym equipment overlooking the sea, an outdoor hot tub, and plenty of sophistication in its decor to accommodate 15 VIP guests. And of course, the master suite is worthy of a palace, with a luxurious marble-tiled bathroom. To get an idea, it is estimated that it takes an average of $7 million a year to maintain this vessel, which is worth around $100 million. Meanwhile, Jeff Bezos preferred to invest in a luxury superyacht capable of offering every comfort imaginable. Being over 410 feet long, the vessel is still under construction, with an expected delivery date of 2022. That's because the yacht is being custom-made for one of the richest men in the world, and of course it has high demands, like a helipad. Being produced by Oshenko in the Netherlands, the expense to produce this luxurious little toy is estimated at $500 million. And for owning such a luxurious yacht, Jeff Bezos wins this round. Points for him. Other properties. Both billionaires own several properties to live in, but which one has the most valuable real estate portfolio? Jeff Bezos, for example, the largest mansion in Washington, D.C., having purchased 2 adjacent properties that add up to 360,000 square feet in total area and 27,000 square feet of floor space. The structure, formerly a textile museum, was built in 1990 and underwent major renovations, having a configuration of 5 rooms, 3 kitchens, 2 libraries, 2 elevators, 2 gymnastics rooms, 25 bathrooms, and 11 bedrooms. And the big boss from Amazon paid on this property $23 million, plus $12 million with the renovations. And as if that wasn't enough, he also has a place to call his own in New York City on Manhattan's 5th Avenue. Actually, he did not buy just 1, but 3 apartments including the penthouse of a luxury building, adding up to over 16,000 square feet of floor space. The very modern property features top-of-the-line finishings, making up a clean-looking and sophisticated space, in total having an impressive 12 spacious bedrooms and 8 very well planned-out luxury bathrooms. The kitchen has a neutral color palette, highlighting the beautiful marble island with stools for quick meals. Everything is very tasteful and refined, being up to the house of a billionaire. The solid oak flooring brings the feeling of warmth to the environment, providing much comfort to its residents. Throughout the property there are plenty of windows that allow for natural lighting and let the urban landscaping into the house. Without a doubt, the highlight of the residence is the penthouse area, where he can gather with much luxury with his friends and family, enjoy the deck with pool, and of course, the beautiful and panoramic view of New York City. And to acquire this wealthy estate, Jeff Bezos had to cash out $80 million, an immeasurable value for most people. Vladimir Putin, on the other hand, has lived for more than 20 years in the official estate called Novo Ogrevo, a mansion which belongs to the state, but which he has chosen to be his permanent home. The main house of the estate was built in the 19th century, and unlike the American White House, the Novo Ogrevo is closed to the public, but this is where the president received Barack Obama. And although Putin does not own the property, according to Russian law, any former president can choose a residence to be his home for the rest of his life. He also owns several other properties throughout Russia, such as an official summer house on the Black Sea coast, where the president can take days off to relax in greater contact with nature. Another place where Putin can enjoy whenever he wants is the Valdai Inn, a place that, when it is not closed for official business, can receive visitors who pay up to $800 a day. As the total value of Vladimir's portfolio is unknown, we'll consider this round a draw. Points for both. Net worth. Both tycoons have amassed huge fortunes over the years, but which one has the biggest net worth? Vladimir Putin, for example, despite having a salary of only $112,000 per year, his fortune is much bigger due to the corruption that exists in his country. As he himself has already said, he considers himself the richest man in Europe, since his wealth goes far beyond his material assets. After all, he holds great powers capable of providing him with a luxurious life. He holds under his control, for example, the country's money supply, the powerful military force, and the giant Russian naval, air, and land fleets, all at his disposal. We can then consider that his fortune was not actually built solely on his salary as president, because he controls and enjoys all the wealth his country produces. To give you an idea, Russia's 2020 GDP was almost $1.5 trillion, and his fortune is a percentage of that. And there are sources that claim that Vladimir Putin's secret fortune is actually around $200 billion, an amount so large that it would already place him among the richest men in the world. Jeff Bezos, on the other hand, isn't far behind, as he owns huge businesses, including one of the most valuable companies on the planet. To get an idea of the magnitude of the company, Amazon's headquarters, for example, was built based on sustainability, placing 3 sphere-shaped glass domes in the middle of Seattle that house 40,000 plants of 400 different species brought in from more than 30 countries. The site provides employees of the largest online retailer with a work culture aimed at well-being and creativity, swapping conventional rooms and offices for nests in a relaxed environment with plenty of contact with nature. The entire headquarters occupies 3 blocks, while the spheres occupy 100,000 square feet, the equivalent of 24 basketball courts. The price to build a biodiversity-filled greenhouse in the middle of Greater Seattle? Approximately $4 billion. And he also owns other companies, such as Blue Origin Company, which aims to promote space tourist trips not only for astronauts, but also for common citizens, besides taking the industrial processes that cause so much environmental impact on Earth out of our planet. Even in 2021, he made the first civilian pilotless flight into space in all of human history, alongside his brother Mark Bezos. And when it comes to the market value of his company, it's hard to beat Bezos in that regard, as Amazon is valued at around $2 trillion. And despite having founded a company with such an impressive market value, his fortune is only a small percentage of that amount. That's because he holds only 11% of the company's shares, which is enough to put him in the second place of the ranking of the richest people on the planet, with a fortune estimated at around $200 billion. And because they have the same estimated fortune, we'll consider this round a draw. Points for both. At the end of this fight, we have 4 points for Jeff Bezos against 4 points for Vladimir Putin, making this battle a draw. But if you believe that there are still other arguments to defend one of the two, write your best justification below. Hey, you like the video? So don't forget about leave your like and comment, and tell some suggestions of another videos, and hopefully we gonna do it. All about channel Dios to satisfy your curiosity.